All right. Hey, okay guys, before we actually begin this video, I'm actually using my phone as a microphone, so let me know if the audio quality is better. I hope it is. I'm trying to improve it because it kind of sucks. Like when I'm editing the videos, I'm trying to upload them and the audio sounds really odd. I don't know if it's the GoPro, which is the camera that I used to make these videos. So I'm gonna use this phone to see if it gets any better. Maybe it's the way that I talk. Maybe I should talk deeper and slower, kind of like what Hamza does. He speaks very slow and very easy to like understand. But anyway, guys, today this video is actually gonna be about something that I've been trying to find a way to properly express it, but I've been having kind of issues with it because it's hard to explain it unless you're actually out of it. And that is that, you know, gratitude in the bad times leads to happiness in the good times. And it's kind of hard to explain because if you're going through a bad time, how are you going to be grateful for the things that are essentially making your life miserable? Whether it's, I don't know, you have a bunch of debt and you can't pay it off and now you're a wage slave, or maybe you've been trying to build a business and it doesn't work out, or maybe you have this, like, some people can have like a I call this a personal deficiency, where you stutter or you look down naturally. You know, some of these like natural bad habits that you have. For example, for me, when I go out in public, I don't like looking at people in the eyes. It's just something that I personally don't like interacting with people on that confrontational kind of level, because when you look at somebody in the eye, it's kind of a confrontation if you think about it. Which is weird because when I'm working, like when I'm actually doing the side gigs, like DoorDash and stuff like that, I can talk to people just fine because, well, I'm there with a purpose. But when you're going out, like today, I actually went shopping around. I was buying some groceries and stuff on my day off because I have 5 work days and 2 days off. So it's kind of hard to balance, you know, content creation and working. But eventually, if this picks up, which I hope it does, and the videos get better and all that, maybe I can only work 4 days a week and then 3 days a week and then 2 days a week. And then I can do this full time. That's the goal, right? That's the dream, baby. But anyway, guys, like I was saying, you're going through all this kind of like hard stuff, right? But have you ever actually sat down and thought about it and actually been like, man, I'm actually grateful that I'm conscious of the fact that I can that I recognize this deficiency. And I know I'm grateful that I'm going through a bad time, because when eventually things get better, and they will, if you have the mindset and the drive, things will get better, guys. It's just about coming up with a plan and sticking to it and being disciplined and consistent. But let's say your problem is you have a bunch of debt, right? Well, right now you're cursing debt. You're like, oh, that is the stupidest thing ever. And that's like me right now, because, you know, at first I was like the part of like the credit card guru. I was like, oh yeah, man, like credit card is the best things. I get 5% cash back here, 3%. Oh, do you use your credit card wrong? Oh, you have a monthly statement. Oh, you're a loser. And now that I have like 4K in credit card debt, I'm like, oh man, credit cards are the worst thing in the world. You know, I ended up hating them. Which is funny because now I despise credit cards, because I can't afford paying them off. Once I get to be able to pay them off, I'm sure that I'm gonna be like, oh, credit cards aren't that bad. You just have to have self-control. I went from one extreme to the other, you know. Same thing with me looking down on public, you know. I just don't like confronting people, but you know, I'm grateful for the fact that I'm actually aware of it, because I've noticed, and now that I'm aware of it, I'm actually like forcing myself to just look at people a little bit, maybe 2 seconds, maybe a smile. And I've noticed that I've actually smiled at people when I naturally would look down, and they actually ended up looking down, which at first I thought it was like an insult. Oh man, I knew it. I knew they didn't want to see me. But no, it's because I essentially took control of the energy and I bounced it back, and now they're the ones that are looking down instead of me looking down at them, you know? It's kind of like this confrontation thing, but not really. But I'm still working on it. Most of the time I just smile at people, and sometimes they smile back. It can happen, and I'm grateful for that, you know. But you know, I just wish I didn't do it naturally. And sometimes you think that, oh, if you have money, if maybe I had a 6-pack and I had no debt, and I had like a full-time business that I enjoy doing, you know, maybe I'll be more confident. Nah, guys, some of this stuff is just natural habits, you know. Sometimes you have to work on it, you know. Even things like voice can be something that you can change over time. Right now, this is the natural way that I speak. This is what I've spoken all my life. But I've actually met people that they spoke one way when they were younger. Now they speak a completely different way. And you might be like, oh, it's just age. No, it can actually be trained. If I started talking more slowly and with more purpose, and I started like tuning my voice to sound better eventually it will happen and I will sound better. You just gotta give it time. I'm still like in the mindset I should speak really fast because this is just the way that we are. That I am, but like it just happens. You have to work on the things that you want, and you have to go through those bad times and actually be grateful for them. And then when things get better and you see progress the way that you want, you'll be amazed. You're actually gonna be happy of the fact that you went through that. Now you do have to be careful that you hit one thing though. Because the same way that you can be grateful in the bad times and happy in the good times, you can actually do the opposite thing where you're actually happy in the bad times and grateful in the good times. And that is because instead of going up, you actually went down. It's kind of hard to explain, but like you might have gone up in certain scenarios, but you actually went down in different others. I recently had something similar to this with my apartment, because one of my biggest goals back 2 months ago when I was like living in this car, which I'm making a video on, is I was kind of used to making videos in the car. I don't know why it's so weird. But it's like I wanted my own place, and I was just so desperate about it. I was like, oh, I'm gonna have my own place. I'm gonna have my own place. I'm gonna have this. I hate sleeping in the car. I hate having to go to truck stops with shady ass people, and and living in the car, and it kind of sucked, but at the same time, it wasn't like the worst thing ever. Oh shoot, I have low battery on my phone. I hope it's kept recording. Okay, I hope it kept recording. If it did, oh my gosh, I'm sorry for the audio. I apologize, but hey, I'm making the video. I gotta finish it. Anyway, back to what I was saying. And then I got my own place. And when I got my own place, I was like, okay, I have my own place. This is awesome, dude. I was happy that I went through the bad times and I'm the good times. But I essentially now trapped myself, because now I have a $900 monthly payment. And that means that before, where I had to work maybe 4 days a week or 3 days a week, now I have to work 4 to 5 days a week. So even though I got myself in a better situation on paper, I ended up being in a worse situation, which means that I actually am more grateful and I feel like I were happier in the in the times where I was sleeping in the car, because I had less of a weight on me. Now I have this weight, which is, I have to work, I have to obligatorily work every single week this amount of time so I can pay off my bills, like the rent, utilities, and all that. So I slaved myself to a different thing. Of course, I'm grateful for it, because the video quality will eventually get better, and having a place to sleep that you're actually comfortable with is way better than sleeping in a car. Maybe if this was like a cargo van or like an RV van or something, maybe you become like part of the van life, maybe you would have been all right. That might have been actually the smart idea, especially if you're in a big country like America, and you have like no debt and all that. That'd be awesome, dude. But anyway, back to the topic. So you have to go back and make sure and look at the things that you're going through right now, and just write out all your problems. Write out, maybe I think I look ugly. Maybe I hate the way that my voice sounds. I hate the way that I hairstyled. Maybe I hate the fact that I have a bunch of credit card debt. Maybe I hate the fact that my trading portfolio is down 50%, and now I have to I have to see that portfolio every morning, and I wish I could take the money out. Write out every single thing that makes you miserable, right? And then write every reason that you're grateful for it. For example, the trading account down 50%. Well, I'm grateful because now that the portfolio is down so much, and if you're getting mad at the trading metaphors, I'm a stock investor, so I'm sorry about that. But anyway, now that my stock portfolio is down 50%, well, I look at the portfolio and I have so many more opportunities to buy stocks that I enjoy. Like, recently I've been buying like stuff like Meta, which is now like at 90 something, 97. Amazon went down to 100, which I consider Amazon as a good investment, but I've never been a part of it. Things like Shopify are down massive now. So I even though it sucks to see that portfolio down 50%, I'm still like, oh my gosh. But now every single dollar that I work and I invest in the market, man, it has like a multiplier. And in 5 years, oh my gosh, that portfolio is gonna be in the moon, So I'm grateful for the future, and when I get there in the next 5 years, I'm gonna be happy that today I did that decision. You see what I mean now? You see what I'm saying, right? Maybe you hate the fact that maybe your body's floppy and you're gaining weight, right? Well, now you gotta be grateful for the fact that you recognize it and you know what to do now. Okay, maybe I have to start eating less. Maybe I have to go get a job that's very active, like, I don't know, package delivery or something. Do something that makes you move a lot. Maybe work at a warehouse or something. And there you go. Now you realize that, hey, now I'm making money, and I'm also losing weight because I have to be more active. And you're gonna be grateful 6-7 months from now. Maybe you hate the job, but hey, you lost 20 pounds, and now you're starting to see a six-pack in your in your stomach. There you go, man. You're killing it. If things get too hard for you, I'm actually gonna make a video on what to do when your life is crumbling apart. That is gonna be a video that I actually want to make it like a really professional video, so I'm gonna do some research on it. But yeah, guys, like one time, I'll say it again. Gratitude in the bad times leads to happiness in the good times. So all your misery, all the bad times, even if like something, let's say something like bad happens to you today. Let's say your car battery dies, man. And even though your car battery died, you were still able to start the car. Well, now you gotta go to the AutoZone and get a battery, and this is not based on a real life event. Definitely didn't happen to me like a week ago. But your car started, you got to the AutoZone. Yes, you did a swipey swipe credit card, even though you have like $4,000 in debt, and now you have $4,300 in debt. But your car is well and alive, guys. It's running, and in the next 3 or 4 months, I'm sure that's gonna be down to $4,000, which is where I was like a week ago. Yeah, just this kind of positivity can help you, man. It can give you, obviously the first thing it can do is like soothe you from your stress, because like stress is the worst thing. I don't know if you ever gone to the scenario where you can't sleep at night because you're so stressed out. That's like the worst thing ever, man. I hate that. I hate that so much when that happened to me. And honestly, I just let things go. I started doing gratitude journaling, and I was like, I hate this stuff. I hate everything that I hate. I wrote it, and then I basically started finding reasons why I'm grateful for. And this is like at 2 in the morning, by the way. And by 3 in the morning, man, I was so peaceful, because sometimes the burdens that you have are like fictional. Maybe they're, oh, I got bills to pay. What if you just don't pay them? You're like, oh shoot, I never thought of that. I mean, you should pay them, but what if you just don't? And then you realize, oh shoot, I don't have to do that. And then you release that stress, and then next day you get to work and all that, and then you realize, oh yeah, I can't pay the bills. I'll just pay them off. It can't happen, guys. You gotta be grateful for the bad times, I'm just gonna say it again because I want you guys to learn that, because for me, I've always been bothered that nobody's ever told me this kind of thing. I have to like look it up online for some reason. I find people. I've never met somebody like Hamster in real life, man. I never met somebody like, I don't know, like First Man or like a Coach Bill. I never met somebody like that in real life. I have people like they kind of like understand the concept, but they never been like, oh yes, I am such a fan of what you mean. Yeah, man, I'm like, oh no. I never met anyone like that. So if you do ever see me in your life, and you're a geek like me with the self-improvement, man, we can talk for hours about that stuff, man. I'll take you out to dinner, But anyway, guys, I just want to make a short video on this. Hopefully it helps you out. If you want to take something from this, and I just sit here and like, I'll just read this. Although most of the videos that I watch on self-improvement, I just like listen to them. But if you want, just take this time to write down everything that's bad in your life, everything you hate, and then I want you to write 5 things why you're grateful for them. Even if something stupid, like, well, the fact that I'm writing it, that's one of the things you can be grateful for. The fact that I told you about this, that's the second thing you can be grateful for. Something stupid, just take your mind off the negativity and build something positive, and you'll be fine in the long term, guys. Trust me, you got this. And well, I believe in you, man. I truly do believe in you. You got this. First, because you found this channel, and second, because you're literally in the 0.0001% of humanity, guys. Self-improvement is, I always say self-improvement is a thing that comes to the chosen. You get chosen by self-improvement. Self-improvement doesn't choose you. Like, you don't choose it. It chooses you by difficulty and by hardships and all that. I wish I had a better way to explain it. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. It's getting kind of dark, and I have to drive about an hour to get home. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.